One more step, and I'll fill you full of, light. Relax, we're here on legitimate business. Yeah, we've completely reformed. And pigs can fly. I mean, without my rocket pig, patent number 5721. No, it's true. We're going into business. And this concludes another chapter of Dastardly Ducklings from Beyond the Stars by Douglas Adams. Perhaps we'll continue that next week. And Dragon of the West, thank you so much for the subscription. 7 months, wow. Really kind of you. I really appreciate it. And how are you doing? You guys, please go check out Dragon of the West, who streams mostly more modern games, fully 3D, and has been playing through some Assassin's Creed lately. Lots of Assassin's Creed. I hope your night is going well, Dragon. I hope everybody's week is going well. Wednesday already. Doesn't feel like it, but that's partly because I got sick Monday night, and then it turned out to just be like a 24-hour flu, so I was back at work today. I was like, this weekend, last week, have been strange. Last week, because there was that trifling matter of, the WGA went on strike. Kind of big news. Which, kind of a good thing, too. But yeah, I hope everybody's having a pretty chill week. I'm still managing to keep pretty busy at work and busy working on or worrying about things at home. Which, yeah, I find are the two best things to do. I mean, if you don't work on things and worry about things, you have to actually get stuff done, and who does that? Actually, I did that one time. Thank you to everybody who came out to my last couple of streams. We we played Blackwell Deception on the weekend, and that took a bit of a sexy turn too. Who knew that ghosts could kiss and conceivably do more? Well, we didn't exactly find out, did we? Wonder if I'd made different choices. Ah, well. Never gonna know. Can't replay games. And on Saturday, we had... what did we do for Short Horror Saturday? Jeez. I feel like I forget it. Oh, right. Of course, we did Blackwell Asylum, which was a lot of fun. And played a couple of other games, which were okay, except for the one that was too dark, and we couldn't beat it, and we think it was a bug. Yeah, still a little congested, so yeah, I was already exhausted coming down with a fever Monday night, so I couldn't do the bonus stream. Maybe, I don't want to say tomorrow. Maybe next week we'll get to read more of The Circular Staircase. And then this weekend, I know I'll be busy. You have to move some stuff, like change our living arrangement up a bit in different ways, so that'll be mildly stressful, and I'll still try and stream twice on the weekend. There's a good chance I'll be able to. I don't know, at least work isn't too crazy. Like, it's a lot of stuff to be done, but kind of low pressure stuff for the moment. I don't know when that's going to change as long as the strike's going on. I don't know. I can't predict much of anything around here. But I can predict we're going to play Leather Goddesses of Phobos. I can also predict we're probably going to get stuck in said game at some point and be like, which way do we go now? There are several more things we need to find. We're on Mars. Some of the game we're also on Venus, and we're trying to escape from the. We've already kind of escaped from the leather goddesses who captured us, and we're trying to find all the items we need to defeat them, so they don't enslave Earth and turn it into their private pleasure world. Yeah, that sounds awful. We wouldn't want that. So we, scare, scare plants, kiss gorillas, do unspeakable things with frogs and clones. Yeah, we got some tigers, some riddles, some catacombs, and Cleveland. I don't think we'll actually go to Cleveland. And, oh no, wait, we did go to Cleveland. What am I thinking? I wonder if we'll actually use the Cleveland phone book in Cleveland. And, yeah, I think that about brings us up to speed. Hit my closed DOSBox. Yeah, but I remember where we were. I know I was getting like really exhausted last stream, like pretty much falling asleep on stream. These text adventures there. Yeah, they don't have as much to keep your mind, or when you're asleep, they don't have as much to, as much going on visually or orally. There we go. I should just quit and go to bed right now, shouldn't I? Box, games, whatever. Games have boxes. Well, they used to. Disclaimer. Some material in this story may not be suitable for children, especially the parts involving sex, which no one should know anything about until reaching the age of 18, 21 in certain states. This story is also unsuitable for censors, members of the moral majority, and anyone else who thinks that sex is dirty rather than fun. The attitudes expressed and the language used in this story are representative only of the views of the author and in no way represent the views of Infocom Incorporated or its employees, many of whom are children, censors, and members of the moral majority, but very few of whom, based on last year's Christmas party, think that sex is dirty. By now, all the folks who might be offended by leather goddesses of Phobos have whipped their disc out of their drive and, evidence in hand, are indignantly huffing towards their dealer, their lawyer, or their favorite repression-oriented politico. So hit return/enter key to begin. Like, there's no way the boss is texting me this late. Uber Rent? Giving me promos on Uber Rent. That ain't gonna entice me to rent a car if I can't drive. Freaking Uber. Interrupting my stream. New rule. If you text me during my stream, you have to become my sponsor. Oh shit. My boss might become my sponsor. Oh, sorry for the internet issues, Dragon. I know those are damned frustrating. I had a spot of those earlier, but they seem to have worked themselves out. Knock on whatever the hell this desk is made of. Gazelle horns, I think. Possibly Stegosaurus femurs. I don't know. Alright. I think Sexy Frog was the last one. I could drive the car, but could I drive it? Well, there's, could physically, and then there's could under federal, state, and local law. Probably county law, too. I don't know, maybe they just figure, federal and state got it all covered. And the latter, probably not. Whether or not I can get my hands on a World War II tank, because I don't think those are covered by driver's licenses. That's something to worry about. Well, after payday. And where were we? I think. Oh, maybe our hands were getting full and we were having to start dropping some things. Is this the part where we kissed the frog? What are we carrying? A raft, an odd machine, a can of black stain, a jar of untangling cream, a blanket, a wicker basket, a stick of lip balm smeared all over your lips, a clothespin, a pin to your nose, a rule book stuck in your back pocket, and a brass loincloth being worn. Oh yeah, that's true. Tank drivers can't see where they're going. And it matters less because what are you going to do? Crash and stuff? How fast you're going? Yeah, do they have some separate person like watching to guide the driver? So yeah, I could actually drive a tank. Where am I going to get one? I feel that's harder these days. GTA 1 made it look easy. Oh yes, in the wicker basket there is the matchbook, the secret map, the Cleveland phone book, an unreliable torch, a coin, a rabbit, a common household blender, and a rubber hose. So what do we have? We have... Did we not get the headlight last time? Did I load the wrong save game? But I can look at my folder. Something it was much more difficult to do back in the day. Man, I love having GUIs. No, this was the most recent file. I wonder if I forgot to save at the end of last stream. Meh. So we need the angle, the headlight, the mouse. And the game was pretty clear. We need cheese to attract the mouse. The cotton balls. The picture of Jean Harlow. Keep thinking about that machine. Closed compartment. The guy who gave it to us said it was a tea remover, but we don't know what that means. Well, let's go. Which way is the white circle? A black circle. Wind whistles among the fallen archways, crumbled balustrades, and black circle of this ruined castle. Anyway, this is the mouse dock. What? I just went northwest, now I can't go southeast. Oh. Which ruin is this? I mean, this is... one of the empty ruins or one of the ones we finished with? Yeah. Now we're back in King Mitre's throne room. He turned everything he touched to angles, including his daughter. A bizarre twist on a Greek myth. All right. The cruel joke about his royal docks and his royal ducks. And the ducks died due to sexually transmitted disease, as opposed to walking around so much that they squashed each other, like in Killing Time, the 3DO version. And if they'd stuck around, he probably would have turned them to angles too. Right. Yes. Then right. Unless, wait. Was this the rune with the white circle and we painted it black? No, we still have the can of, or maybe there's more than one usage left in the can of black stain. Oh. I don't know if we've read it before. Marsco brand black hyperdimensional travel or transport circle stain. Or maybe this was the one where we came into the ruins. Oh, okay, yeah. We're back in the basement. Oops. Wait, is it the one on the second floor that leads to the ruins? Right, the observation. I forgot some of this text we ran across in the first stream, which is funny. Calvin Coolidge once described windows as rectangles of glass. If so, he may have been thinking about the window which fills the western wall of this room. Jump through window. You discover that the window makes a pleasant boing noise when a human nose is pushed into it at approximately walking speed. These Martian glass panes. Oh no, this was the one that took us to Venus there. It's easier just to restore. East. Alright, we're in the Martian desert. Cream pies, lakes, or trails to the northwest and southeast. Was it here at the oasis? Yeah! This is a remarkable sight on arid Mars. Subsurface water bubbling up in a fountain, flowing around a white circle, and soaking into the thirsty sand. A path curves east around the sand dunes. To the west, unchartable desert. Use can on circle. Use can on white circle. Stain circle. Circle is black. Okay, now we're in Cleveland. You suddenly find yourself longing for the slime pits of Venus or the sandstorms of Mars. This particular section of Cleveland has exits to the northeast and south. A few seconds later, you see Trent's earlobe appear, followed almost immediately by the rest of him. Lawn. Yes, lawn is the kindest word for this muddy patch of limp crabgrass. Miraculously, someone actually seems to give a shit about this lawn, because there are signs of recent activity. A wooden rake and a large canvas sack. A fence rings the lawn. Through an opening to the north, you can see Cleveland. I know we went through some of this last time. I can't believe I didn't save. I should have rewatched part of my last VOD today, but I was worrying about other things. Northwest. And northeast. East? I thought you said west. This rickety home is so petite that the entire first floor is only one location in this story. When you tire of this floor, you can go east, southwest, or up. No. This was the part where we went into the sheet, right? A car is parked on the street 20 feet below. It's a Ford, a 1933 Ford. and one of its headlights is loose. I can see all this from the window. How? Throw Trent out window. That's easy for you to say since you don't even have Trent. But he's right there. Pie sheet to window. Useless, unhelpful, non-productive-ish, ineffectivoid. Throw sheet out window. The sheet would barely reach the window, let alone the ground below. 20 feet. It's a dangerous drop, isn't it? The bed is too heavy to move. Ask Trent about sheet. Alright. Trent's pretty useless when we ask him about most things. But we need him because he's the only one who knows how to assemble the contraption to defeat the goddesses. Yeah. I think east. Ah. The house opens onto a fragrant garden. A piece of sod has been recently planted, and a clump of yellow bulbous flowers grow nearby. The flowers barely reach the trellis, which rises behind them. You can re-enter the house to the west. Look at sod. Moving the sod reveals a black circle. Oh yeah, that's how we get out of Cleveland. Who tried to cover it up? Do the goddesses have agents on Earth? I mean, considering they yoinked me out of a bar, I wouldn't exactly be surprised. Totally ordinary looking flowers. That would be the act of a Philistine. Remember last time we were trying to mess with the trellis, but we didn't get anywhere. Trellis is useless. We can't take it, right? We can take the trellis. You've tied the trellis. In the third quarter, with 40 seconds on the clock, The score is trellis 17, player 17. But seriously, folks, you can't tie the trellis. I shouldn't drop it out the window, should I? It lands on the street below. An urchin dashes up and runs off with the trellis. Alright, we're on Earth. My first thought was, oh, if we were on Mars, do they mean like a street urchin or a sea urchin, which happens to be several feet tall? Which would be disturbing. I assume. Oh yeah. That didn't work. After plummeting to the pavement, ambulances rush up to take you to the finest hospitals in Cleveland. If only ambulances had all picked the same hospital, there might have been a chance to put you back together. I am a Viscount of Van Wert County. Van Wert County. I was just looking at the save files again. Yeah. Southeast. Stay in the circle. Stand on circle. Okay, we're back in Cleveland. Take rake. Take sack. Rake grass. Oh, excuse me, crabgrass. Rake crabgrass. Well, somebody doesn't know a lot of words. About north, you know that? Search. How do we search the house? Yeah. Take sheet. Tie sheet. Oops. Tie sheet to rake. Rake? Maybe? A bigger waste of time than selling green cheese to the man in the moon. They denied that the moon was Stilton. They denied she was even Dutch. Briskly, Trent refuses your offer. Strangle Trent with sheet. No. There's no verb in that sentence. What does the game think strangle is? A preposition? An adjective, maybe. Yeah. You know, I saw the most strangle little cat down the street. I wonder if it has a home. we still can. I get why we still have this stick of lip balm. How big is the sack? There's another turn down the drain. Yeah, I gave up worrying about turns long, long ago. Hopefully this game isn't like, you only get the good ending if you beat it in less than 400 turns. That's probably impossible. 500 turns. Jeez. We can't find the car outside, right? Yeah, that's the garden. Trellis against house. Oh, that was why I thought the trellis was, yeah, useless to climb. It's too flimsy to climb. Search. Look at car. Yeah. Now we'll have to go. Examine sheet. It looks like every other sheet you've ever seen. Wait, could we? Do we have anything sharp enough to cut the sheet with? Blender? Oh, we were able to cut the sheet with the blender. You already have strips of cloth. Unless you want to make a nice decorative fringe for the bed, that doesn't do anything. Can't let the game tell you what you do. No. The game doesn't know the word nice because the game is not very nice. Tie strips of cloth together. With the expertise of one who has watched countless prison escape movies, you tie the strips into a rope. Okay, the rope of cloth is now tied to the bed. The rope of cloth hangs almost to the ground. Trent looks odd. Super idea. Doesn't look so strong, though. I'm lighter, so I'll go down. Oh. Tell Trent to go down. Trent climbs down the rope and unscrews the headlight. Suddenly, a truck barrels down the street and hits Trent, carrying him out of sight. Moments later, you hear an explosion. As the smoke drifts past the window, your eyes fill with tears. You hang your head in sorrow for a moment to honor your brave, loyal companion who gave his life, that humanity might be safe from the terrible scourge of the leather goddesses of Phobos. One of its headlights is missing. The ceiling collapses into a cloud of old plaster and startled termites, and out of the middle of it steps Trent, looking disheveled but, for the most part, alive. That truck explosion knocked me into the basement of some nutty professor who strapped me to a faster-than-light missile he was about to test. Halfway to Pluto, I was intercepted by slavers looking for asteroid mining laborers. I beat off about 30 of them, but they just kept coming and coming. Just then I noticed a black circle, which led to a spot about 4 feet above the floor of the attic. Or what used to be the floor of the attic. Anyway, I got the headlight. He points to the battered but usable headlight on the floor. I think we can leave Cleveland now. Forever? Wait, are we inside the house? Oops. This game is not very British. I know we're still there. Yeah. God, are we gonna need the rope? No. Untie rope. Take rope. Right. Oh no, shoot. The circle's in the garden with the trellis. End of hallway. A wide cell door lies open to the north, and a narrow cell door lies open to the south. The hallway ends at a gleaming metal door to the west, and continuing east. Something, possibly this very sentence, tells you that it will be dangerous to travel east or west. The sign is posted next to the stairs, which leads both upwards and downwards. So we're back by where we started. We should save. Don't think we've done anything which could get us into real trouble further down the line. Let's see. Oh, thanks. I appreciate it, Dragon. Ooh, which version of Oregon Trail are you playing? Played like an early or mid-90s version at a friend's house, and then I played that CD-ROM version. Came out in like 97 or 8, like when I was a kid. One with the very stiffly animated pictures for characters. Oh. There's a new one on the Switch. Wow. I can't believe they came out with a new version of the Oregon Trail. That's, wow. Cool. Must have been remade. I don't even know how many times. Like, which version do you start counting with? But that's cool. You're playing the text-based version. Is that like the Apple II or something? I know it was originally on mainframe or something. It's one of those cool games with a really long history. Can't go east or west. And I think those doors are just Trent's cell and my cell. Let me confirm that. Yeah. 24 versions. Good lord. This edutainment thing is giving Super Mario a run for his money. It's pretty amazing. I gotta wonder if that's... Some of those are just ports that we would count as... I don't know. I'd be curious to read up on that. Yeah, I wonder if kids these days are going to enjoy the newest version, the Switch one. Yeah, this was Trent's cell. It's very fun. What happens if we go east or west? Oh. Open metal door. Look at metal door. No. Look through doorway. Look through door. Look through metal door. I wouldn't be trying to look through it if I didn't already know that it was open. If it's dark on the other side, say, it's too dark to see anything, and I'll light my torch. Through the metal door. That was the direction. Oh, I'm dead. The experiments look even more horrible from here than from the observation room window. Before you've really gotten as sick as you know you could get, one of the tall, neatly dressed Lekbandi tucks you under its arm. The Lekbandi, who evolved in an asteroid belt, all work exclusively as security guards. This is odd, since there's not a single thing in the entire asteroid belt worth stealing. Consulting a wrist computer, the Lekbandi punches in notable features of your appearance: size, number of heads, lack of feathers, and so forth. Eventually, the tiny screen flashes. Identification completed. Prisoner, human, escaped. Disposition, friendly enough. Disposition, death, painful, immediate. The Lekbandi, who, like all pandies, prides itself on its ability to follow the orders of risk computers, immediately and painfully kills you. You have died. Earl of Altoona. Altoona. Not to be confused with Greater Tuna. Here. We're in the hallway, right? Maybe the roof is the one that takes us to Mars. Your view extends to the horizon, which on tiny Phobos usually means a few hundred feet. Thrusting up into sight beyond the horizon are the arching towers of curving domes of the notorious pleasure palace of the leather goddesses of Phobos. On a wide plain between here and the palace, powerful warships are poised for the imminent invasion of Earth. Mars dominates the view, a dull red orb spanning a quarter of the sky. Bright blue canals lace the surface, and white caps of ice are visible at both poles. A stairway leads down into the building. Near the edge, seemingly painted onto the roof, is a black circle. You might be able to jump to the ground, but frankly we advise against it. Tying rope to roof is ineffective, Void. Search roof. And rope. Hey, Hairball! Welcome in, and thank you so much for the subscription. Wow, 23 months. God, that must mean it's almost my affiliate-versary already. I should do something for that. But thank you so much for your support, Hairball. You guys, please go follow Hairball, who is a feline VTuber. Plays a lot of old DOS games, RPGs, and action puzzlers and such. Oh yeah, how are you doing, Hairball? I hope you're feeling alright. Bomberman. When I was a kid, we didn't have Bomberman. All we had was a substitute that was cheaper called I Can't Believe It's Not Bomberman. You think I'm joking, but I'm not. Ups and downs. Well, that's a shame, but I do hope things continue to go better and you have more ups and downs. Wishing you all the best. Anything? There's nothing we can really use to anchor the rope, is there? Ooh. Wonder how much this stuff is useful, and if some of it isn't actually useful. Maybe if we hooked the rake onto something. Okay, we're not getting anywhere here. I it's good you're through the worst. Oh, really? You said you would feel okay for a couple of days and then it would definitely get worse before it started getting better? That seems counterintuitive, but what do I know about medical science? It's good that they were honest with you. And it's good if you're on the upswing now. So we're back in the desert. The desert, excuse me. Next is the oasis, right? No. Yeah. Oh no, not at all, Hairball. That was easy enough to follow. Yeah, thank you for asking. But yeah, I don't mind people saying a lot with TTS, especially if we're having a conversation. The time it gets to be overwhelming is if we get a raid and we get like 10 people typing in or pasting in a couple dozen emotes
Streamer
each.
streaming game on stream. Streamer, I'm afraid.
Oh, hey.
Streamer, you must pause my stream. Streamer got a raid.
What amazing
Raider leading
timing.
raiders. Welcome raider, welcome raiders. On the raiders, alligators. Raider, crackle.
Thank you so much for the raid. How are you doing tonight? Guys, please go follow Teklynk, who is who sometimes does design streams and sometimes does kind of older action games. Not that much older. But how was your stream, Teklynk? I really appreciate the raid. And welcome in, everybody. I'm Purblind Gamer. I'm a legally blind retro and variety streamer who plays a lot of some action games, some horror games, some adventure games, some interactive fiction games. Yeah. But it's great to have you guys, and you guys should also check out Big D I Horror, who streams a very wide variety of games for all different kinds of systems. PC, arcade, console, and also Techie Rob, who is a fellow enthusiast of old console games, and has recently been trying to beat Beautiful Joe for the GameCube. Yeah, of course, Big D. You said you were... Oh, you were enjoying the game. Was it Lost in Random? But the combat was difficult. Oh, what kind of combat did it have? I know I was lurking there just briefly earlier, but it was like towards the end of the workday. You must have had a pretty long stream today, Teklynk. Yeah, we're playing Leather Goddesses of Phobos, a very R-rated PC game from the mid-80s. Yeah, of course, Techie Rob. And Techie Rob was the one who was kind enough to redeem the ridiculously high channel points redemption, and so that we could play this outrageously salacious game. By outrageously salacious, I mean there were 2 kind of PG-13 intimacy scenes, and there were almost tits, but the tits were narrowly averted. Yeah, we gotta draw the line somewhere. There were breasts, though. Well, mentioned. That's tasteful. So... yeah, I'm trying to figure out what to do now. And hey, Captain Thaco, welcome in. How are you doing today?
Best 100,000 you ever spent. Yeah. Yeah, Hairball. But we haven't actually run into the leather goddesses yet. But we saw them in the comic book that came with the game that we read before we started playing it. But yeah, we ran into some of their allies and employees. Oh yeah, gee, I'd think leather bras would chafe quite a bit. Don't know. Maybe they have some kind of liner to prevent that. Oh, or maybe they cut holes around the nipples so then the bras won't chafe. I feel like this. Yeah, I feel like that would change this game's rating. So they probably don't do that. Perhaps it's explained in the novelization. I don't think Infocom did a novelization of this one. They wouldn't dare. So we're in a Martian ruin, and I'm trying to remember where to go. Oops. Let's lead east and northwest through the rubble. I think the oasis was back the other way. I'm trying to remember if there was something beyond the oasis. Okay. Northwest. Why do I have such trouble finding the oasis? Yeah, you played that Lost in Random game before, Teklynk? I'm not familiar with that one. And that's the mouse, and that's as far as we can go without sailing. Oh, you'd played it before and wanted to play it again on stream. And not a lot of people have heard about it. Yeah, those can be really fun, like sharing games that you've found before with people who, you know, if the public doesn't necessarily know them. Yeah, I know, especially if like if you've played the game some, you can get a good sense of whether this would be a fun one to stream or not, or more fun to play on your own. South. And that can bring us back to the other dogs. Yeah. That's King Mitre. He's like King Midas, but he turns everything into angles. And we need an angle. But it's the wrong angle. No, Dragon, I don't believe anybody has. I'm gonna think of more higher value channel points reward. I gotta figure out more in general. Maybe I'll add for 50,000 points microphone licking ASMR. If enough people really want it. Why do I think not? As he turns everything into 45-degree angles, and we need an 82-degree angle. Not sure quite how we're going to get that. And I remember Mitre won't talk to us. Perhaps because we wandered out of his castle. Oh dear. The king weeps pitifully. Take angle. Mitre growls, "Keep your hands off my daughter." What about all these other things? That you've turned into angles. Couldn't we take a couple of those? There's still the measurement issue. Martian dessert. Here's the oasis. And it's a dead end. Right. I thought it might be, but I needed to check. Unless... we can go to Cleveland from here, but... I don't think we need to go to Cleveland anymore. We have the Cleveland phone book, but... didn't see any telephones there. Anyway, who would we call? I wonder if Cleveland was where Infocom was headquartered or something. I'm trying to think where. It's beyond the canals. We can go to that mall in the middle of the sand dunes. I think we need a different coin. And we can... I think we did everything we can do at the Sultan's Palace. Yeah, this game's kind of random. Mars mids. There. And I think it was from like a coin return or something that we got the coin in the first place. You got rope, headlight, sack, rake, raft, an odd machine, can of stain, a jar of untangling cream, a blanket, a wicker basket, a stick of lip balm, which we used, a clothespin, a rule book, a brass. Wait. Unangling cream. Wait, I think I see what we have to do with this game's twisted logic. Open odd machine. Put jar in odd machine. Turn on odd machine. Oh. Close odd machine. Turn on odd machine. Sparks! Explosions! Poke up! Pocket a pocket a pocket a peep! Exclaims the machine. Was that a secret life of Walter Mitty, my friends? I think it was. I can also talk. I think we have what we need. The tea remover turned the untangling cream into unangling cream. I can't believe I figured that out. If I hadn't been tired and misread the word, I don't know if I would have. That's right. Pocket a keep or feep. It was an old like comics short story by James Thurber, right? And at one point, Walter Mitty is a surgeon, and this machine in the hospital goes pocket a queep, pocket a queep. And obviously we can't do that here because it's, the mating call of Martian hawks. But then he learns that choreopsis has set in the patient, and so he inserts a fountain pen and says that will hold for 10 minutes. And the things I have stuck in my brain. How do we get out of this oasis? Southeast. Oh. One angle stands out from the others, thanks to its golden hair and flowing white gown. I'm an idiot. I think we just soft locked ourselves and we're going to have to reload. As Mitre touches the jar of unangling cream, the pile of angles becomes a bit larger. Oh well. At least now we know what to do. Put jar in machine. Open machine. Put jar in machine. Spell machine correctly. Sparks. Explosions. Ooh. If we put Trent into the machine, will he turn into a wren and then we can send him off to fly places? I know there's a W, but we could ignore the W for expediency's sake. Yeah, this is the full version. In the disease versions of the legend commonly transmitted on Earth, Mitre is called Midas. The king is granted his wish that everything he touched would turn to gold. His greed caught up with him when he transformed even his own daughter into gold. King Mitre's wish was, in fact, everything he touched would turn into 45-degree angles. No one has ever explained this strange wish. The most likely hypothesis is a sexual fetish. In any case, the tale has a similar climax, with Mitre turning his own daughter into a 45-degree angle. King Mitre sits upon the throne, looking dejected and lonely. Next to him is a pile of 45-degree angles. One stands out from the others, thanks to its golden hair and flowing white gown. Open jar. Oh, it has no lid. You have lost your mind. I mean, fair. Because if one of those was like an elephant, then if I turned it out of an angle, it would expand and instantly crush us all. Oh, well, okay. Thank you so much for the raid and for hanging out, Teklynk. It's always great to see you. And I hope you have a good night's rest. And then we'll get to see more of your streams soon. Jeez. As the lotion soaks in, your hand seems unchanged. I guess it isn't very angled. How? Did I just waste all of it? One dose only. Okay. Soft locked again, I presume. And if not, I don't propose to go back and find out. The days before autocorrect. Well, I always forget that stage. Let's see if I don't forget any of the other steps. Apply cream to angle. As the lotion soaks in, the angle slowly transforms into a beautiful princess. Mitre, gushing tears of happiness, cries, "You have restored my beloved Theta to me." He reveals a perfect 82-degree angle. "I only brushed against it," explains the king. "Please accept it, along with my thanks." He reaches out to shake your hand. Very kind of you, I'm sure, but... I knew that was going to happen. As you join the other angles in the pile, life becomes very boring. 2 centuries later, following Mitre's death, the pile of angles is sold to a geometry teacher on Baffin Island, who uses you to demonstrate bisections, trigonometric proofs, and basic picture framing techniques. Marquis of McKeesport. That's... I'm not sure I'm having much luck deducing how exactly these ranks work. Unless they're all completely random nonsense. Yeah, maybe it's like kind of like the ranks in Xevel. Is that really that much better or that much worse than the previous ones? I wonder if you can beat that game. I must play Xevel for Short Horror Saturday one of these days. I don't need cap locks on this one, do I? All right. Pink angle. Huh. We're gonna have to drop something. Wonder if the clothespin. We might need that. I guess we don't need to deal with the whole handshake thing. Wonder if we're gonna need the T remover anymore. Okay, the can of black stain is empty. I'm guessing we don't need that anymore. Should go drop it with the other things. Is very good. As you leave, you hear a sound like a 45-degree angle landing on a pile of 45-degree angles. Oh shit, not again! You hear Mitre moan. Oh, King Mitre, you are not the sharpest. Unfortunate princess. Once again, the younger generations must pay for the sins of the older ones. Or if not the sins, the wacky wishes. Actually doing surprisingly well. We need cotton balls, that damnable mouse, and Jean Harlow. Actually, before we go further, it occurs to me I may be cheating you guys out of some of the shockingly gratuitous adult content, which you no doubt came here to see. Mitre growls, "Keep your hands off my daughter." Well, jeez. The princess, whose recent experience has made her more obtuse. It's funny because she was acute. Looks at you dumbly. Sorry, given limited space, we can't handle everything. Therefore, you can only refer to characters in the story, not individual body parts. For example, you can kiss Erwin, but you can't kiss Erwin's elbow. You're in lewd mode, right? Okay, good. Just checking we're getting the full experience here. Maybe we can't get frisky with the princess. I don't feel like talking. I'm too happy. Jeez. One extreme to the other. I think we may have to give up our romantic designs on the princess. The princess, once a cute, is now cute. Yeah. Well, as a horrible fate awaits her. Oh shit, not again. Oops. Alright. I can probably drop the jar of cream. Damn it, now I want whipped cream. I can come back for it if need be. It's empty, right? Oh yeah, because we tried to put it on our hand and that counted as a use. Take 82-degree angle. But now what? Oh, yeah. Game's probably wondering, how much disk space does he have that he's able to keep doing these saves? That's why you have an A drive and a B drive. I mean, yeah. I buy a C drive when you can run games from disks. Sheesh. Trying to think what else you can use with the machine. I mean, the obvious answer is put the rabbit inside and end up with a rabbi. I'm trying to think how a rabbi would help us right now. Mars mids. The T and 10 Mars mids, but how would that help us? Just see if you can do this. It already is open. Sparks, explosions, pocketa, 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 yeep, or feep, exclaims the machine. A bearded rabbi wearing a prayer shawl leaps out of the machine, recites a Torah blessing, and dashes off in search of a minyan. You can't keep using words and then telling me you don't know them. Yeah, we probably soft locked again. Yeah. Restore and upload. Right. They're back with Mitre. I don't know. I think it's time to hit the canals again. Unless even chat has any suggestions. Wait. Shoot. Wait, did we leave the barge at the Sultan's palace? No, we brought it back with us. Right, I feel like there's something I was worried about, limited uses for that teleporter. Hey, well, closest one. Yeah. STD ducks. Canal. New barge. Gonna get you. Alternative directions exiting from sunscreen screens and not lining up to the next ones. Yes. And dickory wood from the jungles of Venus. Catch mouse with sack. Little fellow scurries easily away from you. wonder if we ever used the picture of the pussy to scare him towards us. I think it crossed my mind. Hey, Stock. How are you doing? No, I didn't get Ethernet. I thought maybe I would. I feel like I know how I gotta do it, and I just don't know if there's. Where are they? If one of these puppies is going to be enough to go from my PC. Tape it on the floor to save space. Nah, just gotta cut through the kitchen. Alright, these 100 feet. Can you daisy chain Ethernet cables? I don't know if I looked into that. It's going to be a big production either way. I should commit to doing that, like not these next couple weekends, because big stressful changes we got to make around the house due to circumstances outside our control. But maybe after a couple of weeks. I know, thanks for reminding me, Stock. And how are you doing tonight? I hope you're having a good week. I was going to say weekend? No, alas, no. I think I can safely say that this video game is not going to cause buffering issues in any way, shape, or form. And I also gotta deal with. Yeah, there's always so many little things to do. Oh, I'm glad to hear that, Stock. That's great. I am not in the game. I am in OBS chat. The game will not know what I am doing. Although I know, where was it? It was some game I played where I would switch out of the game and I would be typing on OBS and the game would be like, hey, that key is being pressed. I know that key. Start doing its own thing. Might have been one of the multimedia fusion games. I can't remember. I mean, I'm sure a couple of games do that. But I don't think anyone else in the house is using obsessive upload speeds. And that could account for some of the slow internet at other times, but you know, I stream so late that things like some of my roommates are at least in bed. And I mean, even if they're using the internet, I wouldn't think they're uploading massive files for work at this hour. I was like, there's gotta be. I wonder if I bought some really beefy wireless card, if that would do the trick. Maybe I could look into them again. Assume. Well, there's always a way to boost the signal from the router, or to determine if it's like overuse from different parties. That would actually be the simplest. No, wait, there isn't. There aren't any other dogs, are there? So. I'm sure Trent wouldn't be of any help. Oh. Wi-Fi has always had issues for you, and it could be the phone or it could be the router. So damn annoying. Sometimes the issues are so inconsistent. Like someone had to have a Zoom meeting at work, and they were having Wi-Fi issues in one room. It's like, it's a tiny office, you know? But it's also not a giant router and not the most modern router. Sure, it was new when we moved into that office 5 years ago. Unless we just kept an old one. It's not in the Royal Docks, and it's not in the Hickory and Dickory Docks. Yeah, those are the only docks we can access from this part of the land. I didn't think we'd sailed somewhere else. Oh well. Think. East. Yeah. I think the east will. Oh yeah. It's like when I was sitting with my laptop, it did have some issues, didn't? Yeah, right. Of course it did. Because it would. I mean, like the dropping stream periodically part got a lot better, but it would be sometimes it would look blocky and pixelated. So that's a good idea. Tell my roommates, hey guys, I gotta take over the breakfast nook for a Saturday and do a short horror stream near the router. And they'll be like, fuck off. I'll be like, fine, I'm taking the router to my room for the next 2 hours. Yeah. And they'd probably be cool with that under the circumstances, but God, if I'm gonna do that, I should probably do it for short horror Saturday, like this weekend before things get really bad. Oh shoot, if I did that, I'd have to hook up. I don't know. Maybe we'll figure out how to do a basic test stream. It was a good idea, though. And where's the one with the black circle? And that's damn it. Turned around to the freaking oasis. Oh yeah, that's true. I don't do a real stream. It could just be like a test stream, that sort of thing. Yeah. And it should be obvious if it's like bad buffering. If it doesn't, then well, then we know it's either the desktop or the router. Suppose I could lug the old desktop out there if it came to that for a test. I have to look. That. Came from the east. To the west, where the rivers that flow run thousands of miles, stretching free as they go. There it is. And black circle. So back in the basement. Go. North. Am I crazy? Wasn't there a black circle that took us back here? There was somewhere nearby here. And after we escaped the Sultan's palace. South. Definitely not in here. Maybe I've got my teleporters confused, or did I not? Did I save and not trigger it? But then where did I leave the barge? it's in the closet, right? There's one that's going to take me to Venus. There's something I was missing on Venus. I know if you go one way, you wind up in the mad scientist's lair. I should probably explore. Oops. Yes. Deadly flora. Fork of sorts. Right. It once split to go around a mighty tree. Now it splits to go around a mighty hole. Was there something in the hole? Try going west after this. Yeah. Oops. Dig in hole. I'm out of hole. Climb on Trent. Using Trent's shoulders, you climb out of the hole and help Trent out. Spawning ground. As if this hasn't already been a rough enough day, you've stumbled upon a spawning ground of Venusian slime beasts. The ground is oozing with proto-slime. Fortunately, these beasts are still in the earliest and least deadly stage. Only one spot is free from slime, the black circle near the pit. There, near the path to the east. Yeah, we're missing 3 out of 3 here. There it is east. This clearing. The anti-oasis of barrenness amid the teeming Venusian jungle. Moose directions, I call weasel words. Ignoring east. And moving clockwise. You walk swiftly down the trail. It turns, it twists, It narrows. Vines grab at your ankles, and bird-sized insects close in for a kill. Suddenly, clearing. So, don't go south. When they say most directions, define most. Figure you guys at least knew what an 8-way joystick was. Now, mad scientist. East and west. Huh. And that takes us back to the yeah. Bird-sized insects. Even the most adaptable Venusian flora can't get a foothold on this outcropping, so the jungle, which can be entered to the north or west, peters out here. To the southeast, your clifftop vantage offers a stunning view of the more lush jungle, stretching unbroken to the horizon. To the northwest, between the two small paths to the jungle, is a Visicom booth. The edge of the cliff is a black circle. East. Would north just take us to where the salesmen were? Were we at the back door before? Oops. Front door. The only type of structure that lasts more than 3 minutes in the volatile Venusian biosphere. South takes us back for the clearing. Got it. Oh, Visicom has two M's. Look at both. We never tried, like, after we got the coin out, actually using it in here, did we? Visicom booth. This small booth, which opens to the southwest, contains an ordinary pay Visicom with a handset, coin slot, dial, coin return knob, and coin return box. A red sign is posted over the Visicom. Oh, that's right. Yeah. I said to try to use that. I forgot. Where does this circle take us? The Royal Docks. God, I can't remember. They're only the two docks accessible from the mainland, or wherever we are, right? And oh wait, could we use the raft? The raft is now bobbing in the canal. If you weren't holding it, it surely would be carried away. The raft rocks gently in the current of a wide canal. A dock is close enough to grab on the southern shore. No. That was still the Royal Docks. That's easy for you to say since you don't even have the raft. I mean, I just took it out of the water, so. I just threw it on the ground to dry off. Which was pointless since I'm about to dunk it right back in. Go upstream. Oops. Well, here we go. Heading down to the southern shore. Sandstorm, you say? Time passes. The raft drifts further down the canal. In the canal, as you swim in the cool waters of the canal, a slimy tentacle touches you, convincing you that it's safer back in the raft. Grab bank, maybe, if they don't take shore? Okay. The raft rocks gently. In the banks of the canal are steep and sandy. Sculpted reddish sand dunes rise into view beyond the banks of the canal. Just not ashore. Maybe I just had to drift till we get to the barge. Assuming I didn't. God, I can't remember. The banks of the canal are steep and sandy. A small canal flows diagonally into this one, and the channel widens slightly to accommodate the heavier flow. Sculpted reddish sand dunes rise into view beyond the banks of the canal. Unimportant. Well, we looted the ancient Martian corpse there. We'll go with the flow. Ooh, a dock. You lunge for the dock and secure a handhold. An agile climber places you and Trent on the dock. Oh, an agile clamber. To keep it from floating away, you pull the raft out of the water. Baby dock. This is a tiny dock, buried partly by drifting sand. Extend south into the canal. A break in the sand forms a trail to the north. Among the dunes, a strange member of probably a member of one of the ancient warrior races of Mars, lies dead at the base of a dune. You can't search sand dunes. Don't know the word corpse. Search alien. We just got over everything that was worthwhile. Put raft in water. Climb into raft. Hope that Trent makes it in along with you. Hey, Golemir. Welcome in. Well, there's textual nudity. I couldn't even begin to tell you some of the things we did with that clone from the Sultan's harem. Yes. Welcome in. How are you doing? And I believe there was a sequel that had graphics. I have to confirm that it had graphics. And this was in the early days of. I don't know. Maybe this was the first example of mainstream gaming trying to push controversy by having sex in it. I know there's that one, like, was it Sex Vixens from Space or something that came a bit later and had graphics. Unless I'm confusing two different things I've read about many years apart. Oh. I'm sorry you're not doing well, Golemir. I hope that gets better. Yeah, like a lot of these old games I've, heard things about over the years and seen them references and on sites and in magazines and books even, but never gotten to play, so yeah, here's a good excuse. There's a little sexuality and a lot of wandering. And a little completely warped logic. Oh, and some laughs. We should grab the next dock. Oh, blasted hell, this is still Baby Dock. I can type. Agreed, Techie Rob. The writing is excellent. I mean, the guy is really talented and also co-wrote The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the video game adaptation. And I think I was researching video games to adapt for an internship like a while ago, and came across something that said he was one of only a couple of video game writers inducted into the Science Fiction Hall of Fame. Yeah, the writing's definitely a step above. Time passes. Let's see. There's a new dock. This is the Donald dock. It is named after Don Donald, the first resident of Mars. There are two paths leading inland, but a tall dune to the south is less steep than the others. Or there are no paths leading inland, excuse me. See. You can see the canal to the south. You can see an opulent dock on the east bank and a dilapidated one on the closer shore. Oops. just keep forgetting the directions. Wait, if I came south, going north would take me back there. Here's the mall, Canal View Mall. As with all Martian civilizations, this once fashionable shopping center has fallen upon hard times. The only store seems to have endured the 15th millennium recession lies to the south. The canal is still as visible as it was when scheming marketers misused the mall generations ago. In other words, not at all. I misnamed the mall generations ago. A path leads east, and a dune to the west seems mountable. What is it with the coin? The store is in good shape, only relative to the other shops in the mall. For example, the last time it was vacuumed, humans were just learning writing, or inventing writing. The dust nearly covers the proprietor, who sits forlornly in the corner beneath a faded sign. An exit is barely visible through the dust to the north. You gotta say something first. I just assume I always want to talk to Trent. Trent's a chump. The proprietor stirs somewhat from his lethargy. Exits bought and sold, he mumbles. Exits bought and sold. A moment later he nods off. Oh, sorry, no change for a 10. And the Mall Merchants Association would have my license if I accepted an overpayment. Try again in a year. Or 2. Grunt snore. Exits. Proprietor about exits? No, I still didn't. Price. If you don't know the price, I don't know if that would be helpful, but okay, it is. 1 Mars mid. Put coin into 10. Oh, this is interesting. You try and press the arrow keys. Left is K, right is M, up is H, down is P. Well, And the numeric keypad is, well, numbers. I don't think I ever tried breaking the coin. Yeah, I mean, I got nothing that's gonna cut a coin. News machine. Polka feep. Ten Mars mids. Well, the machine's busted. Trade for exit. Fat chance. I haven't got a coin. Yeah, we'll have to get paid elsewhere. That's kind of what I thought. Abandoned dock. Yeah. Oops. Let's go back to where I left the raft. Have we gotten to the abandoned dock before? If the river curves. Hell, I'm not going to be able to figure it out. continues to pass. I get to the curve. Okay, around the bend, we're on the western bank. Grab dock. Oh no, this is just abandoned dock. Does the canal make a semicircle? Same one, right? Yeah. Wait longer. A smaller canal flows diagonally into this one. Did that? Yeah. What else can we do but wait? You spy a metallic glint far ahead. The barge, we found the barge. Uh-oh, pirates. What's up, Doc? A fine, handcrafted, a barge, handcrafted from fine Martian cedar wood. This tiny dock is the maritime entrance to the once famous What's Up section of Mars. East of the dock is a wide north-south canal. You can hear a gurgling sound to the west. There's a chill in the air. You might be approaching the South Polar Cap. Should I save? Yeah, I don't know. We've made progress, but it's been a while. Oops. Sign has no writing, only the skull and crossbones. Full speed ahead. Supposed to go with the flow. Will that bring us back up the river? Whatever I just saved. The large fraught barge rocks gently in the current of a wide canal. A dock is visible on the western shore. A red warning buoy is anchored nearby. A sign atop the swaying buoy depicts or shows a skull and crossbones. The dark clouds of the sandstorm are visible on the horizon. The metal structure, glinting in the weak Martian sunlight, is visible at the edge of the canal, but far, far ahead. Jeez, how far are we going to have to go to get to this thing? Ah, finally. A metal structure, glinting in the weak Martian sunlight, is visible at the edge of the canal far ahead of you. Oh. Oh, but not far, far ahead. Getting closer, a bit too far to make out any detail. Meanwhile, I'm making sure I don't pass anything important on the way. Still a bit too far. A massive machine, unlike anything you've ever seen, rises from the shore, looming closer with each passing minute. Just examine metal structure. Must have been what we saw glinting. A massive machine, unlike anything you. Same thing. It's one of those things where it's going to take this a long time getting closer, and then it's going to just instantly kill us. Oh, wait. Another canal. Hey, Glitch Vision, welcome in. Did you play a lot of the old text adventures? It's purple, right? Oh, yeah. I know. It was nice when a bunch of them were released. Sometimes legally to download, sometimes less so, but were available again. Yeah, I mean, it can be pretty tough. I think this one is only classified as intermediate, and I'm taking a while. And it's only by a couple strokes of luck that I've advanced at some points. Sometimes literally by accident. Were there any especially good ones you enjoyed playing? Wait, we're passing. Shoot. I pressed the wrong button. The royal barge is now passing the metal structure that has been looming closer for the last hour. Its size and power are overwhelming, a relic of Martian technology at its height. Vacuum tubes the size of telephone booths produce power that was once beamed all over Mars, but now, in the twilight of the planet's civilization, the machine's base has rusted away. The massive tower now shoots its ion power beam uselessly across the canal into the sand on the opposite bank. As the royal barge passes through the beam, you feel a tingling from every cell in your body. Specialized players that add tab completion. Sure, like, you mean like if you can choose a player character that has different attributes? Oh, so you got zapped by the beam, but what does it do? This ion. It is ion power beam. Oh, I know about MUDs, like multi-user dungeons. I never actually tried one. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Specialized players for the text adventure games. Got it. And you just type the first couple letters, and then it would press, like, finish the command for you. That's quite useful. I assume that won't work here. Nah. We're just playing in DOS. Yeah. Oops. Yeah. Can't delete a tab. I don't know if my family had had internet earlier. Yeah. Maybe I would have discovered MUDs. Oh. Or just north. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I think, yeah, at least for going the directions, you can just type the first letter. Oops. Let me keep going further down the canal. Oops. It's hard to under. There's still no way to reverse, is there? Do you think the canal doesn't make a big circle? You now have a slight headache. Oh, I see. Yeah, which definitely does that with the directions. Yeah, that's a useful shortcut. Let's try L Trent. Hey, yeah, it works in this one. Thanks. That was probably pretty standard by. Oh. Use prepositions. L under Trent. A wide dock spans the canal to the south. Oh, icy dock. This is the southern terminus of the canal. Far below this dock, teleportation machinery transports massive quantities of water back to the head of the canal in the equatorial region of Mars. It's quite chilly, and the dock is covered with a sheet of ice. To the south, as far as you can see, is the bleak wilderness of the southern ice cap. This could be dangerous. Ah. Oh, I see, like calm. Just tells the combine, like calm, cream, and angle. Combines the cream with the angle. I have to experiment with some of these, see which ones leather goddesses of Phobos accepts. Oh, the L works. Have you played this one before, Glitch Vision? South. Oh. The blanket is too small. Your jailers must have meant it to be used as a pillow. Pillows and blankets are very different things. You're gonna freeze to death. You're not going anywhere until you get out of the royal barge. Fair enough. With a whoop of surprise, Trent loses his footing on the ice, skids right into the canal, and is immediately dragged under by the strong current produced by the underwater teleporters. You search frantically for any sign of him, but after several agonizingly long minutes you abandon all hope. As you gaze across Trent's watery grave, your eyes fill with tears. You hang your head in sorrow for a moment to honor your brave, loyal companion, who gave his life that humanity might be safe from the terrible scourge of the leather goddesses of Phobos. This is the third time Trent has died. First it was tigers, then it was the runaway truck that then exploded. And I'm wondering if they're referencing or even parodying. There was another Infocom game where like a main character died partway through the game. I don't know. L. Yeah, it's the same stuff. Now I have a worsening headache. Is that from the ion beam or the cold? If the sack would afford some warmth. Oh right, I forgot I'm practically naked. No wonder it's chilly. You can't wear a canvas sack. Some people do. I've seen photographs of medieval peasants, and I know they wore canvas sacks. Yeah. Maybe we'll find something to keep us warm. We venture away from the dock. This snowy plain is barren of all signs of life. Drifts block travel in all directions but north, south, and southeast. It's pretty cold, but nothing a tough guy like you can't stand. Penguin Park. Even on Mars, one could hardly expect a polar visit without seeing penguins. Well, here they are, a whole waddling mass of them, a pack so dense they completely block the path to the southeast. Other paths lead west and northwest. One penguin teasingly waves a sign in your direction, much like a matador waving his cape towards a bull. Give generously to the Penguin Retirement Fund. My funds are somewhat limited. What if I give you 9 Mars mids? The Penguins, satisfied by your donation to the PRF, part ranks for you to pass. The going rate for donations to the fund must be 9 Mars mids. Since one of the Penguins hands you a 1 Mars mid coin, you now have a splitting headache. Oh yeah, like the poor having to wear like canvas or burlap sacks. Yeah, but this game does not acknowledge that. Well, maybe in the 1930s that was one of those things that one simply didn't speak of. Gypsy Camp. This is the campsite of a family of nomadic robotic gypsies. A ragged tent is pitched on the north side of the camp, and trails lead northwest and south. A male and female robot emerge from the tent, waving in a gesture of gypsyish greeting. Hello, weary traveler. We are but poor gypsies, but we invite you to spend the night in our humble tent and share our simple but delicious oil and silicon stew. Suddenly, in an event so shocking that even a hardened space opera hero like yourself is stunned beyond belief, a meteorite shrieks through the atmosphere and completely obliterates the 2 robots. You hear the sound of high-pitched crying, slightly muffled, coming from inside the tent. Well, this got random. This tattered tent, home to the deceased robots, provides meager protection against the cold polar winds. You can exit to the south. A little baby robot is shivering in the corner. It stops crying long enough to open a tiny metal eyelid and look at you. Mommy, it says in a quavering, high-pitched metallic voice. The baby continues to wail at the top of its lungs. Gently as many items. Yeah, well, the baby needs to chill. We're working on it here. Also, it's the South Pole. What if I... Can I put things in the sack like I put them in the basket? Can I put the basket in the sack? You now have a fantastically unbelievable, ultra awesome migraine headache. That's unfortunate. Oh. Put angle and headlight and machine in sack. Take baby. The baby continues to wail at the top of its lungs. Search. Oops. Which way do we exit? Oh. Wrap baby in blanket, since it's a small blanket. The baby stops crying and, in the comfy warmth of the blanket, slips into a calm sleep. A peaceful smile creeps over its face. Your anatomy, in absorbing a dose of superionized energy in translethal levels, has ultimately equalized this submolecular environmental imbalance by fulminating a cataclysmic exothermic reaction, or to put it in lay terms, you've just blown up. You have died. How are we going to get through that? I mean, by ducking. Wait, what's to the west? Oh, Oasis? Did I just miss the path to the east before, or did we only unlock this route just now? I honestly don't know. Oops. Anything I can use to protect myself from that burst of ionized death? can't duck it, I could shield myself from the beam with the loincloth, perhaps. Sentences I never thought I'd say. Looming closer with each passing minute. I don't know the word duck. No. In effect, avoid. Huh. Yeah, I mean, I don't stream straight to Twitch anymore. I only stream through Streamio. Jeez. Yeah, it does show the internet signal's weaker, but why? What in God's name causes it? Let me see. I thought about what it could be, but it doesn't seem likely. So what, the internet just suddenly decreases for no discernible reason? I seriously have no idea what's causing it. It's like it's so random. Edge is using up a fair amount of resources, but when isn't Edge using up a fair amount of resources? Let me know if it gets better. I mean, I'm hoping it will. We'll catch up to the Bard eventually. Ah, no. Ah, the raft passes through the beam. I thought the raft might be lower enough so that we'd miss it. I mean, it's unavoidable? Is there somewhere we'll find an antidote or something on the South Pole? Alright, we're back on the dock. We're going with the flow. Oh, wait. You can't take a boy. Where'd you get such a silly idea? But the brass loincloth is so becoming. I mean, nothing I can think of here would help me deflect the beam. Can't open a headlight. Well, maybe we have to pass through it and then have limited time to find something in the South Pole. a smaller canal. That's all important. Leave it alone. Exit barge. Trent dies. Putting the window at the side of the camera. Okay. Wait, can I? Oh, it's not locked size. Yeah. I initially did that because one of my friends said, yeah, try to have as little blank space as possible. So there, like more like that. And that's how I tended to position the games back in the old days of streaming, just so everybody could see the whole game screen. Trent's dead. Always due south, say. An illusion room. A solitary black circle is the only break in the vast expanse of whiteness extending to the horizon. Like a dark speck in a sea of white, or a huge piece of typing paper with but a single period typed upon it. This black circle seems to have been placed here entirely as an opportunity for some silly literary illusions. To avoid the dangers of accidentally typing an L and having to read them again, follow the faint trails to the north or east, and wish that smashing pumpkins into small piles of putrid debris had been kind enough to have such a black spot in its snow world, as opposed to merely white and white and white. And the rest of the game too. Give penguin coin. Give coin to penguin. Yeah, somebody really likes their objects to be direct. I'll have to head back west, but first. Wrap baby in blanket. Excuse me, wrap. "10 minutes of delay? Good Lord, seriously, Stock? That's really, as soon as I heard the TTS read that, I looked over at the chat, both the live feed that OBS has and the chat appearing on screen, and it seems to be caught up, but Well, I don't know how that works. Maybe it would all appear in real time to me. Wow. God, that's confusing. Oops. Shoot. Shoot. Northwest, right? West. Step on teleporter. Alright, we still wouldn't figure it out. God, do you guys think Trent is actually dead this time? Okay, it takes us back to the WhatsApp dock. And the barge is still down at the South Pole, which we may not have to return to. We don't know if we're a ticking time bomb, literally. Well, not ticking necessarily, but aside from that. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, what could I do to counteract that or avoid that beam? Hmm. Did they mention something about ionized beams in the comic book? Oh, let me check that real quick. Scanned. There will be no control effing. Oh, so it's 3D. Oh, wait. I can show you guys. What I'm looking at. I don't know, we read this a couple streams ago. Yeah. Oops. God. Yeah. Browser is going to be fussy when you try try to capture their images. There we go. Just skim through it and see if we could find any mention of ionized. The shameless leather goddesses. Oh, fuck. So you're just now seeing me reading your message, which I read 10 years ago. Yeah, that, or 10 minutes ago. That's... Yeah, okay, stream is clearly fucked at this point. Right, I gotcha, Stock. And I guess we should try and find a place to stop and give up for today. Oh, God. Why? Everything goes wrong. Professor, it's a woman! And a beautiful one at that. And she's clutching a message. We use that. His loincloths are much more suited to the Martian climate. Yes, we used all those tips to get through the damned catacombs. So, array. Unknown amount of time later. anything I can see in there that gives us any hints about the beam? Oops. That was the wrong one, wasn't it? What did I just turn off by mistake? Anything important? Not that I can see. Oh, my camera. Yeah, that's moderately important. There we go. If we... I'm not thinking of any ways to counteract this headache. Am I not carrying the baby? Oh, I bet I wrapped up the baby and then didn't pick it up. I'm not sure how this would help me. I mean, yes. I don't think we were on that barge, were we? Okay. That won't let me dive off. I'm guessing the beam is too big. Exit barge. Trent dies. south. South. Oops. Should have gone southeast. Depends. Southeast, so we can go north, or no, southeast. So northwest and west. Take baby. Exit tent. West. Stand on circle. Out of the pool. If I go through the beam a second time. And no, I blow up before I reach it. What if I take the raft? Get everything I need to from the South Pole. Then speed back down with the barge. I mean, there's no reason to think that passing through the beam twice would counteract the first blast. I feel like that small canal flows into the main one, maybe a clue, but I don't know how to access it. I'm so confused as to whether you can do that with the barge. Okay, what's up, Doc? If I pass through it again with the barge, do I lose the barge for good? I don't know. Let's just see what happens if I make it through a second time. Oh, and lots of momentary drops. God, what is with this fucking internet tonight? You would think with what we pay, it would be better. must take. Take craft. South. Southeast. Give coin to penguin. Yeah, I seem to be getting hit with all the curses tonight. Fucking hell, Spawn. Southeast. Enter tent. Wrap baby in blanket. Take baby. Exit tent. Northwest. No, wait. Northeast. Northwest. West. Stand on circle. Get on barge. Press orange button. Press purple button. Wait. I mean, I screwed up trying to leave the gypsy camp, but I think there's no way in hell we can make it back to the beam before we explode. I don't know. What time is it? Well, almost 2 a.m. You know, that's a fair time to wrap up. We made some progress tonight. Actually, yeah, some pretty good progress. I saved. Right. I saved right before our desperate polar expedition. So. I don't know, maybe we'll finish it next time. Maybe a stretch. We gotta solve this whole South Pole boondoggle. And we've got to still get cotton balls and the picture. And go back and get an exit. And then actually confront the goddesses once the contraption's built. I don't know. So my guess is it's going to be 2 more streams. I don't know, maybe I should take a break from this and start Doom 2, since I know some people were looking forward to me playing that after I finished Ultimate Doom. Or take a break and do a one-off game, just to break up all the text adventure. I don't know, maybe I'll put a poll up on Twitter, see what people want. So we're going to find somebody to raid, but to give you guys an idea of what's coming up. On Saturday, we'll do more short horror Saturday. And, I recently discovered there was actually a freeware predecessor to the Blackwell series. Maybe I should take a look at that. If not, we'll play something random and creepy. And on Sunday, we'll continue the Blackwell Deception, and I think there's a good chance we'll finish it. And yeah, at some point I'll do another bonus stream of reading that book aloud. And then next Wednesday it will either be more leather goddesses or a brief break from that. That's what's coming up. Let's get out of here before I blow up again. And yeah, see who's online. Oh, we should raid. Question of who's still online. And who have we not raided fairly recently? Rated him fairly recently. We rated her fairly recently. We rated him a lot. Rated her. Ambient hot tub sleep stream. What's he playing? Discussing something. Yeah, let's raid our friend Mr. STJ. It's been a little while since we did that, and he's playing Ninja Gaiden, a game almost as old. And undeniably as brutal. Yeah, they were getting a hell of a lot more brutal. There we go. Once again, thank you everybody for coming here to hang out. And whether you're chatting or lurking, I really appreciate you being here. Oh, have a good night, Stalk. Thanks for being here. And yeah, you can follow me on Twitter and MySpace, where I post stream announcements and occasionally polls. Maybe I should actually post one now that I keep saying that. And yeah, and MySpace. And you can find VODs of my past streams on YouTube. I hope that you all have a good night and don't spontaneously explode or get killed by meteors or freeze to death or, well, you get the picture. And I'll see you guys here on Saturday. Have a good night and say hi to Mr. CJ.